you ever heard the advice that people sometimes say? It's like, believe in yourself, or even believe in your business. And you thought to yourself, what the heck does that mean? If so, you are not alone, and in this video, that's actually what we're talking about. So we are gonna go through a couple of ways that you can believe in your business, even if it's brand new, even if you just started it yesterday. And when I say we're gonna go through ways you can do this, I mean very practical, very concrete, very strategic ways that you can do that. So y'all know that over here on this channel, we don't talk fluff. We talk very specific, strategic things you can actually do, and that is kind of my wheelhouse. If you're interested in that and you have an online shop or a TPT shop, then make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so that you can get all the other videos with other practical, tactical tips about online business and teachers pay teachers. So first of all, like, why would people say to believe in your business? When you have confidence in yourself or in your business, personally, this might sound horrible, I find it much easier to put confidence in my business than it is to put confidence in myself. I am not a naturally like courageous person. Some people are, and I am not one of them. And if you feel like that, it's okay. And so like, no shame here. That's just something I know about myself. And so I find it easier to believe in my business. So that's why we're talking about believing in your business and all of that. But it's very important to believe in your business and believe that your business will succeed, because otherwise it probably won't. I mean, like, that is the dead truth, honest. If you have a business, if you have a TPT shop, if you have, you know, whatever, and you don't believe that it's going to happen, then it won't. It will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you are like, this isn't gonna work, this is, you know, it's ridiculous, then you're not gonna do the things that are gonna make it work, and therefore it's not going to work. But on the other hand, if you're like, I believe in this, it's going to work, then you have a much better chance of success, because you're going to approach everything like it's figure outable. You're going to approach things like you can figure out the problem and you can fix things and you can make money and continue and keep going. Now, that doesn't mean everything's going to be all like magical and unicorns and rainbows, because business is hard. Anything worth having is hard, but business is hard. And there are many, many times that you might want to quit, or you might think this isn't going to work out. And especially when you're new, I cannot tell you how many messages I have seen recently from new TPT sellers that are like, I started my store 2 months ago and I'm not making any money. And I'm like, yeah. Like, I have nothing, like, really. And part of me is like, I don't even know what to say to that. But really what I can say to that is, that's normal. You're new. It takes a while to get the ball rolling. The best thing you can do is stop spending time looking at your analytics and go make some products, because that's what's actually going to move your business forward. But, you know, I always say it in like the nicest way. But my point being that if you don't believe in your business and you don't actually think it's going to succeed, then you will not do the things that you need to do in order to make it succeed. And when it gets hard, or when you're moving forward and nothing's happening and you're not making money and people aren't buying, then you're much more likely to quit. I totally get it. I 1000% get it. Even before TPT, I was a blogger for a year. Do you know how much money bloggers make? Like nothing, until they have like a bajillion subscribers. Like, it is very, very minuscule. And because of, I mean, it is very, very minuscule. I'm talking, I think I managed to scrape out like $300 in my first year, which was like a miracle, amazing, and I was so excited. But my point being that was over a year, and I put so much time and effort into my business, and I had to believe that it was gonna work even though I wasn't seeing the results. And then I started TPT and I made $7, and then the next month I made $7, and the next month I made $40, which was great, but it still was not gonna pay the bills. And throughout this, I still had to continue to believe in my business. Otherwise, I wouldn't do the things that I needed to in order to make sure it would succeed. So my point being that in the times that it's hard and in the times where you're not making money or seeing progress, then you need to have faith that it's going to work out, or it won't. If you don't think it's gonna work out, then it won't. It's you know, law of attraction. It's just not gonna happen. If you believe that it will and you back that up with work, then it will. It might take a while, it might really stink, but it will happen eventually. Now, if you are one of those people who just doesn't have a lot of faith in your business, like I said, I am not a person who's very confident in myself. I was a very shy child, like I'm not one of those people who's just like, oh my gosh. We'll go to, you know, like back when people went to parties, my husband and I will go to parties, and he like can talk to anyone. Like he goes to networking events for fun. And I'm like, going to a room full of strangers and having to talk to them, like that is my biggest nightmare in the world. Like, no, it is not gonna happen. Now, talking to a camera, posting on the internet, I'm cool with, but going and talking to people, not gonna happen. My point being, I am not a very like naturally confident person. That's something I've been working on, and because of that, I have to. And so if you feel that way too, and you need some like concrete, these are some things I can do that's gonna help me believe in my business, then that's what we're talking about today, is concrete ways that you can actually like move a little bit forward, have a little bit of faith in your business, even when you're not quite sure. All right, these are in no particular order, but number one is going to be having a separate bank account for your business. This is something I always tell absolutely everybody that they should do from the very beginning, and honestly it shocked me that not everybody just does that, because that was the first thing I did. But make sure that your business is very separate from your personal money. You do not want to cross paths, both for like practical taxes reasons, and then also just because it's not very professional, and then also just because it's going to make life a huge mess. Things that you spend money on for your business are tax deductible no matter what account it comes out of. However, if you have like, you know, oh well, I went to Walmart and I bought something I need for my business, and I also bought like lotion and cheese, and it all went on the same card, like it's just gonna get really complicated really fast. So go today and open a new bank account. Now, the magic of the 21st century is that you can probably do this from your phone without talking to anybody, which is glorious, especially if you're not sure if that business thing is going to work out. Ideally you would open a business account, but typically business accounts need like paperwork and all sorts of different things, and they're a little more complicated. So if that seems like too big of a step for you, then I want your baby step to be to go and open a second personal account that you're going to call your business account, even though it's not. You know, and eventually you can move to the business account, because that would be better. But if you're not sure if it's going to work out and you just need like something to do, that is what I would start with. You could literally, I have opened accounts from my phone, like on the app for the bank. Like you don't have to talk to someone. It takes 12 seconds. It's not difficult, and it should not be hard at all. And it's a great way to start thinking of your business more as a business and kind of like separating it from your personal life. All right, number two is to have a consistent schedule that you stick to. Now, I know you guys are busy. Your girl is very busy too. And you might be like, I can't have this, you know, specific schedule. Okay, just hear me out. One thing that businesses have is regular operating hours. And so if you go to a business, you know, like my husband works at a sign company, and the sign company is open from this time to this time, and someone is there the whole time during that time, because it's a business. That's what they do. So you need to also have a schedule of when you are working. Now, you're probably not gonna have people like coming to your house to talk to you, but what you are gonna have is you have things to do if you want to have a business to move your business forward. And if you do not have time to do that, then you will never move forward. So set business hours, whether that's like, you know, an hour after the kids go to bed, or 3 hours on Saturday while, you know, you don't have to go to work, or every morning before you go to work, or whatever it is. But set a schedule that you will stick to, so that you can actually make progress in your business, because you'll have time to do that. And again, it'll feel more real to you. You'll treat it more like a business, and it won't just be like, oh yeah, 3 weeks has gone by and I haven't touched my business at all. That's not good. That's not good. You want to make sure that working in your business that you are very strategic about what you're doing and when you're doing it. And part of that is having a time to do it. If you don't schedule time to work, it probably will not happen. Now, obviously there's exceptions to that. Like your girl just loves to, you know, like make new products. And so I will make new products whether I have it on the schedule or not. I will find a time to make new products. But that's because one, I love to work. And number two, I just love making products. And so I will find that time. But other things like writing emails, I'm not gonna write emails, right? I don't just randomly think like, let me go write an email or write a blog post. Or edit a video. No, that will not happen unless it is on the schedule for a day at a certain time, so I know exactly what I'm doing and when I'm doing it, and I don't have to stress about it. If I have to put more thought into it, then, oh, it's on the schedule, I'm doing it, it's not gonna happen. So make sure that you have a schedule. Again, that I'm not saying you have to work like 60 hours a week, because that's probably not even possible. But what I am saying is have a few hours that you designate for your business. If you really truly have like a crazy schedule and you can't make like consistent hours for whatever reason, then just pick a day, like maybe on Sunday, sit down, look at your schedule and pick a certain number of hours. So like every week you work 3 hours or whatever. And so then you can kind of schedule those out as needed each week if you cannot do like a certain set schedule, and that's fine. Just have some sort of schedule and treat it like it is. Like don't miss that appointment. Like I work every morning on my business and I do not miss it. It just doesn't happen. Like it's just like I just know it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I never wake up and I'm like, let me just go watch TV instead. No, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna work on my business because that is my business hours and that is when I work on my business, and that's what makes it part of a business. All right, number 3 might feel like a little crazy one, but that is make a goal that you're not sure you can hit. So well, maybe this is the Enneagram 1 in me. But for me, at least, nothing motivates me like a really big goal and a million little check boxes. Like I love lists. I'm one of those people where if I did something, I will write it down on the list so that I can check it off, because like I want credit for all the work that I did, right? If you feel me, let me know in the comments. Anyway, so that is something that I do. And so having a goal that you're not sure you can hit forces you to actually work on your business. And when you hit it, it's gonna feel so amazing that you will then be able to believe you can do anything. There is nothing that will help you gain confidence more than saying you're gonna do something and then doing it and crushing it. That is the most amazing feeling in the world, and it will make you feel amazing. And once you do it once, you're like, I can totally do this. I felt that last year. I was just thinking today, I had a money goal for last year for how much I wanted to make, and I hit it like the first day of December, I think, of the year. So then anything after that was like extra, and it was kind of a scary goal for me. I didn't think I was gonna hit it, and I was so excited and so in awe and so like, now let's do more after that I was just like, oh my gosh, like what can we do, because I just crushed this thing I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do. And so now I know that I can handle so much more, and it's such a good feeling. And it's going, that's probably that should be the one and only thing I tell you. That is going to be the thing that helps you in the business the most. Now that does take longer, so if you're looking for something to do like today, that would be like set the goal, but then you still gotta like check all the things off before it actually happens. And bonus points, by the way, if it's a long-term goal, if it takes like, more than a week or two, if it takes, a month or 2 or 3 months or a whole year to hit this goal, it's actually gonna make you feel better. And also it's gonna make you commit to doing your business for that long. So it kind of has like a dual purpose if you pick a long-term goal further out. All right, number 4 is tell someone about your business. This, like I mentioned, I'm not a very outgoing person, and so this is something I did not do for a like ridiculously long time. I did tell my husband, but beyond that, I didn't really tell anybody. I was just like, hey, I started a blog. And he was like, cool. And I was like, okay. And then it's turned into this like giant thing. But regardless, I didn't tell anyone about my business for a really long time. And that was a personal decision because one, it just felt like weird to me. Two, I didn't know if it was gonna work out, frankly. And three, I just didn't really see the point. And so what I found though is that after you tell someone about your business, it makes a huge difference, especially if you've already got some stuff under your belt. So I'm thinking specifically of last year during COVID, my church went virtual, obviously, and so I'm in charge of the children's church, and so I was creating videos of my lessons for the kids. And my mom made a comment. She was like, how do you do such a good job? And I was like, well, Mom, I have a YouTube channel. And she had no idea, you know, like a year and a half later, and 2.5 years, I don't know, a long time later. And so she went and looked at it, and then she came back and she was like, oh my gosh, like I had no idea you have, you know, hundreds of videos. Like that is amazing. And to me, it was like this weird thing to tell her, but to her, it was like, she was just like in awe that I had been doing this whole thing. And it was like, you know, I had all the work to back it up as well. And so then, you know, from then on, now she knows. And so like, I mean, not that she's like keeping tabs on, no one in my family watches my videos, and I'm okay with that. It's fine. But actually I kind of prefer it that way. But you know, like she knows, and other people know about it, and so they're able to, you know, ask me questions about it every once in a while. Or if they need something, you know, there's a teacher at my school, there's a teacher who was at my school, and he would come ask me questions all the time about like worksheets and how to make things, because he knew I was on TPT. And so those things are really, really helpful because people just know. And once you tell someone, that definitely makes it more real. And then if you don't follow through and you stop doing it, then they'll be like, oh, you're not doing that anymore. And sometimes that fear of disappointing people is enough to keep you going. So tell someone about it, whether that is privately, you know, telling your best friend, or whether that's publicly, like making an Instagram and talking about it on there, or talking about it on your actual personal Facebook or something like that. You know, any of these ways can be good ways to actually, like, you know, tell someone, and then it makes it much more real, because then you can't just like pretend it never happened and shove it under the rug. All right, friends, and number five kind of goes with number 3, and that is create a reward when you hit a good goal. So this is something that honestly I'm getting better at. I never used to reward myself for goals, because again, like the biggest thing for me is just checking that box is the best. Oh my gosh, I love checking boxes. But I have found that when I do reward myself for working hard, it's really nice. In particular, I'm thinking, I didn't wear them today, but I have a pair of earrings that I bought myself actually last year when I hit my money goal. I had like this big money goal. So when I hit it, I purchased myself a pair of pearl earrings that I love, and they're so pretty. And every time I wear them, I think about that. And I think like, oh man, like I crushed that. Like I did that. And it, you know, and even now, like, to be honest, I made a lot more money this year. And so like, that figure seems a little bit like, oh, that was cute, Becca. But still, when I wear it, it still just reminds me of that feeling, and it feels so good. So whether you want something physical that you can hold, or if you want something like a vacation, or even just like going out to dinner or something like that, you know, just having a reward for yourself gives you, one, something to work towards, which means that you're going to believe that you're gonna get there. It's also gonna make you work, which is also going to help you believe you're gonna get there, because then you'll prove that you can do the work. And then again, once you hit it, you'll be like, oh man, I can do anything. So having a big reward is basically, I'm thinking of it as like something to work towards, and therefore you have to believe in your business at least enough to get to whatever level it is that you set. All right, friends, those are 5 simple ways that you can believe in your business, and why you need to be believing in your business, because it's very, very, very important. If you have other simple tactical ways that you have helped yourself believe in your business, let me know down in the comments, because I'm very, very curious actually about if anyone else has had that problem, and 2, if anybody else has found any other solutions to go along with this. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.